I have never been more happier than today. I don't know why I feel so happy. I'm asking myself, why am I so happy? Why do I feel so good? Just the other day, I was literally kicked out of a coaching program community because I was a troublemaker for asking too many questions, because I didn't like it that the coaches were raising their voices all the time, and I was trying to point out, hey, this is an area that we can address so that I can move along in the program myself, right? So I had this trouble. But today, only a few days, I don't know, I feel so free. I feel so way more happier than I've ever felt before, and I don't know why. And to demonstrate this, I have a cup, and I just brushed my teeth, did my face, all that stuff. And I had a cup of tea with honey and, milk. And I have my last sip. And what I didn't realize is I used this cup earlier to measure rice with. And at the bottom of the cup were grains of rice. And in that last sip, I had put grains of rice in my mouth with my tea. And I spat them out into the sink. The sink, obviously, so that's my sink. And the funny thing is, I was laughing about it the whole time. I was like, how the hell did those get in there? I was just smiling, I'm just laughing, I'm just having such a good time. I've never felt happier. I've never felt, I don't know, just something feels right, something feels good, something, it's like this is personal to me, but in this program that I was a part of for a long time, I sort of kept popping my head up every 6 months. That's the story that everyone's going with. And I feel like that I wasn't really welcomed most of the time. And it reminded me of a Bible story. I think it was a parable that Jesus told. And the story that Jesus told goes something like this. It's like it's the story of the prodigal son. And the prodigal son, he leaves for a long time. He does his own thing. He goes out sinning, whatever he does. And then he comes back, kind of all beaten up, bruised, in a poor condition in comparison to when he left his father. And what does the father do? He rejoices. He welcomes the son back. They have a great time together. He sets up a party and everything, as if almost nothing happened in a sense. And that is a great feeling. And I'm telling you, the great teacher, Jebus himself, Jebus Christophagous, the greatest teacher of all time, the greatest coach of all time, told us that is the story that is the bomb. That's the bomb, the mint. And yet I was part of this coaching program where the complete opposite happened. Where when you come back, when you appear, when you seek out for help, you are shunned, you are shamed, you are shut down, you are accused of being defensive and justifying for disliking the raising of voices and accusations and so on. I just thought that's such an interesting comparison. Why do I bring that up? It is still in my mind, so it's not really relevant to you. It is very personal to me. I think I now know why I bring that up, actually. It's because I've always been accused of overthinking. I've kind of always been accused of that. And to me, I sometimes I struggle to even realize what the hell overthinking really even means or even looks like. And I kind of feel happy about myself because, you know what, I can think there's a lot of really good points that I've discovered and come across in my life that I don't really ever see a lot of people talking about. I might not be a rocket scientist. I might not be a genius, in the laboratory mixing potions or whatnot. But I have some very good points to share. I have some very good real world experience. And I can think about things. I can zoom in and out as much as I can, and I enjoy this. I enjoy asking questions. I enjoy thinking about stuff. I used to hate reading books a long time ago. I used to hate reading books. And now I enjoy reading books. I had to force myself to actually read them. And over time, as I forced myself to do it, I then became to enjoy reading books. I kind of identified myself as someone who reads books because I kind of forced myself to do it. And I guess the same is true with solving problems, overcoming challenges, difficult life problems, things like this. And the thing about this is that I've come to sort of enjoy it. It's a little bit addicting, I think. And I feel happy about myself. I feel happy that I am allowed to think. I am happy. Even if it's overthinking, I'm actually happy that I can. I'm happy that I can look at problems and ask questions, and I just feel happy about it. For a long time, I felt kind of shamed for it. I felt kind of ridiculed a lot for it. I felt that, that's why I bring up that program that I was a part of. I'm not going to share exactly who or what that was. Nobody really needs to know that. But it's I felt shamed. I didn't feel welcome. The majority of the time, when I was asking questions, I just never felt welcomed. And even when I used to be a mechanic apprentice, I was a mechanic apprentice for about 2 years. Every time I asked questions, for a few select people, I was fine with, but many people, especially at the college, the TAFE, they were not interested in answering questions. They hated talking to me because I was asking questions. I was asking for help and so on. And I was kind of forced to be self-reliant in a sense, it can be a good thing. People who are self-reliant, it can be very good. But you see, I always felt shunned and thrown away for always asking questions, for always trying to connect the dots. I always felt shamed. I always felt shunned for it. And people would always say comments to me you're overthinking it, just move fast. You're not doing it our way. Just all kinds of things like that. And it made me feel so horrible. And now that I consider myself free, and I don't know, I actually do feel happy about myself. And it's a feeling I've never really had before. And I'd like to see how far I can go with this. Because I haven't stopped smiling all day. I haven't, I've come across a couple of funny TikToks on TikTok, for example. Most of the stuff I view on TikTok is quite depressing, to be honest. It's usually people with relationship dramas. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell these people are dealing with. But today, I'm just so happy. I don't know. And I want to drive this point across. If we're still interested in relationship settings, if I'm laughing, spitting up grains of rice from a cup, to me, that's a great sign. That's a good sign of someone who's healthy, stable, and is ultimately happy. Because imagine if someone like me was the type of person who would easily snap, who would easily get angry because of the same thing. Imagine if I took the rice grains from my tea. Who the hell, I'm just getting angry, raising my voice at someone nearby and, making them feel bad for my emotional suffering, and at the point that it even caused me emotional suffering to begin with. It's just in my own traumas, I feel as though I've come a long way. And this cup, these grains of rice, I feel have demonstrated that to me. This is a very personal vlog, so it's not really a miraculous thing. So thanks for watching if you've stuck around.